and so on and so forth. All right. So you need financial freedom to be able to be your own boss. Now, what is it? Why do we keep on saying that people need to be their own boss? And in order to be your own boss, you need to be able to have a vision. Okay, having a vision of your dream income. We've seen the questions. What is your dream income? You need to be open to opportunities that will help you get you to that vision of yours. You need to set goals, daily goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. That is why you were asked the question, how long do you think you can get to that dream income of yours? All right. So basically, that's it. The next is, once you set goals, you need to develop a program. For most of us, when we get things like weight loss, we want to do several things. You actually put up a timetable, things that will help you achieve that. Once you've done all of these things, then you need to be able to take massive action. And taking massive action, in our words, at your own boss, simply means finding that vehicle that will match your dream income. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you need to find that vehicle? You need to grow in knowledge, you need to grow in skills, you need to grow in experience. And that is why we are sharing this opportunity with you. Now, everyone has a dream to make a lot of money. All right. Everyone has a dream to make a lot of money. But now we ask you, how much do you seek for your business venture? That is it in your brain. Well, what do you do? Most of us lie down in the sofa and expect that this money appears overnight. But yeah, we are revealing to you certain current realities. If you were a fresh graduate, you got employed, you realize that gradually you spend more than you earn. All right. So that is a reality. And as you grow older, okay, you grew older, your salary does not increase, but your responsibilities are increasing. You started as a fresh graduate, now you need to get married, you have kids, but the salary over 10 years, you have just maybe a minimum of approximately 0.5% increase. So we all are living these realities. But the sad reality is that time is against us. We are running out of time. Now, what does it mean by running out of time? It means that you have to seize the opportunity to start early in order to live that dream life of yours. If you started a business venture at age 20, by the time you're 30, you've gained wealth for 10 years and as well as experience. Now, that is different from someone who starts at age 30. You can't compare the two. But however, when you have the bell to start, you have to start. Nothing should stop you. So what is your plan? What is your plan to attain that dream vision, that dream scenario they want to get in life? Now, because we know that dreams without plans is simply daydreaming. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting to you the cash flow quadrant that is designed by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. And in this presentation, he simply elaborates that 95% of us, 95% of us find ourselves in the employee self-employed quadrant. And these 95% of us are governed by 5% of the persons who are business owners and system owners. And anybody wishing to attain financial freedom should strive to be able to move from these two quadrants to these other quadrants. And how do you do that? You need to be able to be open to opportunities to learn and also get investments. All right. So we know that 5% of these people govern the population. How do they do that? They own systems. Actually, the business owner employs you and you work there and he gives you the time. If you don't work at the time that he wants, you not earn the dollars that you earn. The investor is that person that has so much money that invests and his money works for him. For instance, we have organizations in the country that are owned by individuals and the state. All right. And these persons actually get a percentage each time these organizations run. And so all of us are encouraged to take opportunities that will move us from this poverty quadrant, I'll call it, to the rich quadrant. Now, what is the reality? Most of us are running what we call the rat race, okay? You've graduated from school, you leave from home to work to home, 40 years you retire, and realize that after this, you can barely foot your bills. Your salary could not even meet up, all right, because you were spending more than you earn, and now you're in debt, you are going for retirement, and your pension can neither meet up. Now, what happens when we carry on this rat race? We chase money. Look at this individual, he's chasing money, and that's where all of us are. We get employed, we work 2-4-7 a week, and you can't actually get that dream income of yours. So what does it take for you to live out of this circle? That is what we're presenting to you. So I want to find out from the chat, who wants to live in a house like this? Who wants to live in a house like, if you want to live in a house like this, just drop a chat. Yes, 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 yes. Let me see the chats coming. All right. Next, this is a very beautiful mansion for any elegant Cameroonian who wants to stay. All right. It's not impossible. So how many of us want to leave such opportunities. There is another house. And all right, who wants to have a parking like this? A parking where you have a car for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a car for hobby, sweetie, grandchildren, grandma, and the rest. So I see several people saying yes, 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 yes. It's doable. All of us can have such dream houses. But the question is, how do you plan to achieve that dream? Ladies and gentlemen, we think that you can achieve that dream in a year in presenting to you this opportunity. So today we are talking about Norland Industrial Group, which we have seen as that vehicle that can carry you to your dream destination. Norland Industrial Group is a group of Chinese pharmaceutical company that was founded and headed by Mr. Zhu Zongquan. He's a top pharmacologist. All right, he's a top pharmacologist and he is a vice chairperson of Chinese Health Association and also among the top 10 entrepreneurs worldwide. Now, this company's history starts from 2006 out of 2000 right up to present date. And between 2006, when they were founded in China, they merged in 2008 to form a conglomerate of groups. All right. And from 2008, they've expanded from China to Europe to USA, and they've had headquarters in USA, Europe, and Canada. Now, the year of transformation is 2015, where the company changed their business model, okay, from the classical business model to what we call the multi-level network marketing model. Now, if you are new here and you've never heard about network marketing, what network marketing simply means is the distribution of a product or a service through a chain of consumers. Take a hypothetical example. You're in Cameroon or you're out of Cameroon. Let's look at a supermarket. For instance, we have JFOB in the southwest, we have Santa Lucia in Douala. If Santa Lucia tells you to do purchases of, if you do purchases for 100,000 francs CFA, and they tell that because you've done purchases for 100,000 CFA, you are our favorite partner. If you invite two persons to do the same purchases, we are going to pay you stipends worth over 100,000 francs CFA. That is just simply it. They will not go and broadcast this on over the radio, but they will just tell their users to do same thing. And once you invite other people, they pay you. Now, companies doing network marketing, what they are doing is simply diverting funds from adverts and using these funds to pay their users as promoters. If you were keen to the news this year, you would have heard that Samuel Eto'o sold Orange over 600 million francs CFA for using his image without his permission. Now, this is peanuts compared to what they pay actually to most models to do that. So that is what network marketing is. And what we're telling you, it's not a Ponzi scheme, which is what most people are falling in for, where they'll tell you, oh, I am doctor, I am good in medicine, I'm good in crypto, I'm good in whatever, just give me your money and go and sleep. After 1 week, I'll generate this percentage, 2 weeks, we get this percentage, 1 month, you get this percentage, and after 6 months, you get your capital, and beyond that, you start earning bonuses. Now, Ponzi schemes have dealt with most of us, and most of us are falling for Ponzi schemes because what happens? They take money from B and pay A who came in earlier, take money from C and pay B, D and pay C, and E and pay D. And once the pyramid grows so much that it cannot be sustainable, it breaks. And that is basically what happens. And that's what has hurt most of us in the past. Now, if you want to get into a network marketing company, you need to know that it has to be most of the times a product-based company. So that is what network marketing is for the newbies, and that is the difference between network marketing and Ponzi scheme. Back to Norland. Norland spread from the UK when he started network marketing. They came to Europe, Southeast Asia. They went into the UAE, and in 2017 they came into Africa through Nigeria, and from Nigeria they spread to Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya, South Africa, and this year our team brought it to Cameroon. That was in March 2021. Now, between 2017 and present date, Norland has awarded over 1,000 cars to their promoters in Nigeria only. Now, this is our head office in Cameroon, which is found at Rue de Palmier Bonapriso, all right? And then these are other offices in Africa. And also we have other foreign offices. Now, these are company events that were hosted mainly in Nigeria, a car award hosted in Nigeria. We are looking forward to having the first car award in Cameroon this year with at least 50 members in our team qualifying. Will you be part of it? I want to see people saying yes, all right? So these are events, and the events have always been massive. Now, we are looking forward to having such glorious events in our team here in Cameroon, all right? So you may wonder, why is a medical doctor doing this business presentation? Did he miss his profession, right? So I will tell you that I've done network marketing for close to 4 years, and in the last 3 years, I've been in other companies. And one thing that attracted me to this company is the fact that they have a product like this. We call it the GI Software. It's a key product that helps with everyone that has problems with the gastrointestinal tract. You has a problem with your gastritis and whatever. It's a very good complement to medical therapy. And this is not, it's not because people have said so. It is because someone being passionate about scientific research, it is the only company that you will find its products having scientific studies on it. So this alone gives me a lot of credibility. The company is run by a top pharmacologist. It has products that are FDA approved, products that have scientific studies on it. Then as a medical doctor, I can confidently recommend this to any Cameroonian that comes in my office. Believe you me, I'm doing this presentation from the hospital because I think it is also important that those who are not sick should get this opportunity to stay healthy and wealthy. Now, this is the year of transformation, the year they got the MLM license. All right. So why am I inviting you to join Norland today? Is because I want to change your life to enable you to enjoy health, wealth, and wholesome happiness. And so what makes Norland unique is actually their compensation plan. I would say as an entrepreneur, it is the best network marketing plan that you find worldwide. Okay. So why do we say that you should join Norland? This is because one, it's a one-time lifetime partnership with an international company. A company is not based in Cameroon, it's all over the world. And this one-time lifetime partnership allows you to create an account that you can pass to your children's children and your children's children. The accounts do not close. All right, that's basically it. And the other reason I would want you all to join Norland today is because in Norland, we have fast-moving daily consumables and we have curative and preventive health products. So our products are products that I use daily: toothpaste, coffee, tea, all right, pads, and you can name the rest. You've seen the GI Vital. We have products for weight loss. We have products for blood pressure control, blood sugar control, immune boosting products. These are products that, as a medical personnel, I recommend it to anybody. And also, these are products that all of us use on a daily basis. Right? What is also unique for any other person that has done network marketing before or any other entrepreneur is this beauty of the company. We have no compulsory monthly targets. The company does not compare you to buy and sell products. They don't compare you to do a certain number of purchases within a given month, even though your account will be closed. No. Everything you achieve in the company is based on your personal objective. And that is why, as a team at your own boss, we have created this objective of 45 million in one day because we've seen that the company can award us that if we work beyond their targets. So that is why we are sharing this opportunity with you. And that is why you should partner with Norland year after. Now, what are the other reasons? Once they've paid you, we are paid weekly and monthly. How beautiful will it be that you're paid every week and at the end of the month, you're also paid? That means on the last week each month, you get paid twice, right? And the company is unique in the sense that the points that earn you this weekly and monthly earnings, they will be accumulated to pay you for cars, houses, trips, weekly, and so many other things. Now, because I am the person doing this presentation to you, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you cannot earn cars before me if you take your business serious. The company says they have no same distributor status, which means that anyone who takes the business seriously is going to be a champion. Is going to be awarded by virtue of their performance and not because they came in early. All right. Coming early has its own benefits, but also if you don't work, you won't earn much. And basically that's it. We have cars, pay trips, and so much and so forth. So how does the company pay us all of these? How does the company do all of this? Now, before we do that, like every business, you need your own capital. You need a startup capital. For our company, here are the entry levels, and they exist from senior member right up to diamond. Now, this is written in dollars. We customize a slide to have it in francs CFA so that most of us understanding this presentation will have it. So the least entry level here is 150,000. And what I want us to note are the points, PV. Now, the company pays us by virtue of what we call points values. And that is because 1 point is equal to $1, and $1 in the company is equal to 600 francs CFA. So each entry level that you do, because you're going to do purchases for that entry level, and you know that your entry package contains products that are equal to the amount that you're investing. So if you register with a senior member, you get products for 150,000, you get products for 270,000, you get bronze, you get products for 500,000 if you get silver, you get products for 1,020,000 if you get gold, and the best package if you get products worth 2 million francs CFA. So all of these purchases are converted to points, as you can see, and this point is what the company will use to pay you. The year after, we'll be talking about points because that's where the company pays all of us. So basically, these are the entry levels. And I want to let you know one thing. Once you get in, the company gives you products with your entry capital. Your money does not disappear. You have these products with you. Now that you remember, how does the company pay you? The company pays us in 8 ways. We are going to look at 5 of these 8 ways, which means a lot. Okay, so what are these 8 ways of payment? What are the ways of payment? We're going to start with the first two. Okay, the first two is based on the products. This is for people who are marketers. Now we are talking about network marketing. So in this section, we're looking at what marketing. If you want to do buying and selling of products only, all right, once you are a member, each time you purchase a product, you're going to earn 20% of its capital. For instance, take your female and you want to get the Norland part, all right, which is good for health reasons and many other things. Once you get the Norland part, you're going to be paid 20% of that amount. The part is sold at 3,000 francs CFA. If you get that, you're going to earn 600 francs bonus into your account. Imagine you having parts being paid 600 francs for each part that you use. Multiply that from the age you started menstruating to present date, how much do you have in your account as a female? All right. For those of us that don't wash your teeth like myself, but imagine that you're brushing your teeth and you're using the Norland toothpaste and you're being paid 20%. You're going to earn that amount of money because you're consuming. That is the advantage. And these products are products that we use on a daily basis. So basically, that's it. Now, if you come in and you want to resell, the company tells that resell at our selling price, okay, and earn 20%. But we know now, people will not sell at the selling price, and people increase. Like we said, they should sell the part at 3,000. People are selling even at 5,000 because they are good. They have health benefits and a whole lot. Sorry, we won't cover health benefits of the products in this presentation because we want to get people heated by the business plan. So basically, that is marketing. Now, the real money in network marketing comes from networking. That's why it's called network marketing. So assuming that you join the company here today and you entered with the least entry package senior member and you registered with 150,000, this generated 140 points. And you got, or we helped you get 2 persons in your network. Okay, the company is going to pay you what we call fast start bonus when you get your first 2 signups. And what does fast start bonus mean? The company is going to look at these 2 people you've registered and is going to choose one leg and say, okay, this leg generated 140 points. So, Mr., we are going to give you 50% of the points. So 50% of 140 is 70. 1 point is $1, so you earn $70. Multiplying that by 600 is for 2,000 francs CFA. Now, for the next generation, the next set of people that you've brought into the company is still going to do the same thing. Okay, that's still going to calculate 50% of the points of one of the legs. Generally, they calculate the points of the weaker leg, reason being that they want you to work and build that network better. So you're going to still earn 170 US dollars. Now, in just your first 4 signups, you earned already $140, which is above 50% of your registration capital. Now, this is very amazing for you to earn in less than a week more than 50% of what you invested. Now, because you are their partner, each time someone joins the company under your structure in your name, the company gives you 25% of their investment as free products, what we call free product voucher. And so you are going to earn for these first 4 people a total of $125 worth products. So the company is going to give you money plus a free voucher that you can collect products from the company anytime you want. Now, this is very lucrative and it's an opportunity for you not to miss. Now, fast start bonus is valid when we have the first 4 people in your network, okay? And product voucher is endless. Each time you bring in somebody from the company, they'll give you products worth 50% of the person's sign up. Remember, this 25% does not affect what they'll give that person. It's just a stipend given to you because you're the promoter, right? So let's move on. Once you have this fast start bonus, if in case you registered and you came into our team and it took you time to bring in participants, I see people raising their hands. Please, we'll take questions at the end. All right, just drop your questions in the chat. We're going to read it. So assuming you came into the YOB team where we are very active and very aggressive and doing a 45-day campaign, and you are unable to bring in 2 people, but your upline, the person who invited you to this call, puts in 2 persons under you, all right, and they got in with entry levels with 560 point values and 1,000 point values. The company is going to pay you on the weaker leg, okay, and that is 560, and you're going to get 50% of 560. So this is 280. The company is going to pay 280 US dollars. Now, note, this person was not brought by you. This is one thing that is very unique with the company, because you benefit from spillovers and you're paid for work that is done by the team. That is why you should join your own boss as of yesterday and not even today that we're doing presentation. So that is the beauty of working with our team and also working with Norland. Now, next, we are going to look at the fact that once we've passed the first 4 persons, you are eligible to what we call group performance bonus, which is paid weekly. For the least entry level, you earn 10% of your weekly point values. You earn 10.5% for bronze, 11% for silver, gold, 12%, and diamond, 13%. You note that the more you invest, the more you earn. Basically, that's how business is. The more you invest, the more you earn. So those who are here will earn 13%. You're going to see how significant this difference is. So basically, that's what we look at in good performance bonus. So imagine that you came in with senior member and you brought in these 2 persons. At the end of 1 week, we generated up to 15,000 point values on one leg, okay, and 20,000 point values on the other leg. The company chooses the weaker leg to pay you. And because you're a senior member, you're going to earn 10% of the point values on the weaker leg. So 10% of 15,000 is $1,500, which is 900,000 francs CFA. Who will not feel comfortable that his company pays 900,000 in a week? All right, that happens that week, and we continue doing business. And in the second week, now powers change hand, and this other team did not produce as what they did last time. So they generated just 30,000 points, and these other people generated 35,000 points. So the company will pay you on this leg, but not what the company does. The company ensures that your PVs don't get missing. And so they will not do a difference between year and year and say it's 10,000. No, they'll do a difference diagonally, and you're going to be paid a difference between 30,000 minus 15,000, making sure that this 5,000 that was not paid last week is also paid. And once that is done, you're still going to earn $1,500 in 2 weeks. And brothers and sisters, this is very beautiful. Imagine you earning 1.5 million in 2 weeks, right? These are all very, very possible in our system. Now, look at the person who invested with Diamond. In his own week, he's going to earn 1,950 US dollars. Okay, this 1 million plus francs CFA in 1 week. So the more you invest, the more you earn. And that is just the normal law of nature. You spend more time on something, you earn more. You spend more money on it, you earn more. Basically, that's it. So that is good performance bonus. Now we have what we call the lazy man scenario, which is why we'll tell you in our flyers that learn how to earn 10 million francs in 1 year. So assuming that I'm the lazy person, because I don't think any of you are lazy, and I joined this business in December of 2020, and it took me 1 month to get my first 2 persons in my structure. So based on good performance bonus, GBP, sorry, my mouse is disturbing. Based on good performance bonus, I'm going to earn $14. That's pennies compared to what I want to earn, right? Because I'm discouraged, I leave the business. And it takes also these 2 persons who came into the business to get one month to get their 4 persons. By the end of 2 months, I'll have 4 people in my structure. The company will pay me $28. Remember that I'm no longer doing the business. These other people doing it. So 4 persons will bring 8, 8 will bring 16, 16 will bring 32, 32 will bring 64, 64 will bring 138. And by January 2022, my structure would have raised 8,000 persons. I will be earning $57,000. Now, this 32 million francs here. Now, this is 32 million francs paid to you for not working, for being lazy. Now, we're in Cameroon, we're in Africa, we're in troubled times in the corona pandemic. How many companies will pay their average earner 32 million francs CFA in a year? All right, let's assume that you are lazier than this person and we divide 32 by 2. All right, it's going to leave us at 60 million francs CFA. Still, is this small money? 60 million francs in a year. Even still divided by 4 years, all right, it's going to leave you at 8 million francs per year. Is this still small money? So basically, this is a life-changing opportunity that none of us should ignore, none of us should miss. All right, so that is the lazy man schedule. Now, we have what we call leadership bonus, and it's a reason why personally I encourage everyone to register with the level of silver, gold, or diamond. Now, this is the monthly payment. This is a monthly payment scheme, and silver members earn 8% for their first generation. The gold member will earn 8 plus 5%, which is 13%, and the diamond member will earn 8 plus 5 plus 5, 18%. And as you do your work best in the company starts awarding medals. And so we have what we call the silver medal. And if you work harder and you get to blue diamond, which is the ultimate, you're going to earn in 45% of leadership bonus. Now, how is leadership bonus paid? The question is, how is leadership bonus paid and what makes it very unique? And why would I encourage you to register with silver and above? Now, in the first time in network marketing, you can join a network marketing company and don't work. Forget about doing your business and you sign up just one person. This person comes in, assuming that person is me who is very hungry and poor and I'm working hard to make money. So you are no longer doing the business. We have just one leg balance. And now I take over your business and I'm working as hard as is my father's farm. And at the end of the month, I generate 10,000 PVs, right? The company is paying me 10,000 PVs, but the company knows that you came in under my structure. The company is going to pay you 8% of what I have earned your first generation. And that is $800. That's 400,000 francs CFA, approximately. Now, ask yourself, okay? Ask yourself that how many companies will pay you over 400,000 francs CFA? You know, 6 times 8, all right, is 480,000 francs. So how many companies will pay you that amount of money for not doing any work, right? And there is no network marketing company that pays when your 2 legs or your 3 legs, for those that run triple trees, that is not balanced. All right. So basically, that is the beauty of those of us that are very busy, like myself, and who want to venture into this company, get into silver and above and join a team like the Yup organization. And then you're going to be earning passively. And once you take over your business, you're going to earn way better. Right? So basically, that's it. For the gold member is going to earn more because he's going to earn 10%, 8% of his first generation. All right, first generation, 8%, second generation is going to earn 5%. And at the end of it all, he's going to earn over $10,000 from all what he earns in his structure. Now, the same thing, it's better for those who are diamond. Diamond is going to earn 8% in his first generation, 5% in his second generation, and then another 5%. So he earns way better than any other level. So if you can invest with diamond and rest, you just leadership bonus will be your settlement. All right. So that's it. Now, these points that I used to pay all of these monies don't disappear. All right. They don't disappear. The company accumulates it and then they call you one day and tell you that, hey, bro, you've qualified for Norland car. All right. Again, they'll call you and say, hey, bro, for your hard work, Nolan has seen that, no, you deserve to travel and you qualify for a trip. Or they'll tell you, hey, you deserve a house. Now, this is the only company which awards houses for their promoters. There's no other company, to the best of my knowledge, and you don't want to miss out from this company, right? So that is Nolan opportunity. And we have an ongoing car promo which says that if you can generate up to 50,000 points, 50,000 point values on your tree, you get qualified for a small car. If you can generate up to 90,000 point values, you get qualified to the big car, the SUV. And that's where our motto in our team originates: earn 10 million in a year and earn a car worth 12,000 US dollars. All right. Now, this is very possible. And with our 45-day plan, you can do this in just 2 months. All right. This you're going to be seeing very shortly. So this is the end of this business presentation. All right. We're going to have another presenter who is going to present us his journey in network marketing. He's actually our team lead, Mr. Jozima, who is going to be there to give us how network marketing has actually changed his life. Okay, so basically, that is it. So he's a very brilliant young Cameroonian breathing the same air that you and I are breathing. But the difference is that he took an opportunity when it was presented to him. So those of you who want to take this opportunity, watch a real life testimonial. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the first part, and we all invite you to take your driver's seat at Norland because every journey starts with your first step. And let's meet at the top because the bottom is too crowded for brilliant minds like us. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Hello, Mr. Dima. Hello from Boya. Thank you. Right. Thank you for the comments. Right.
So please, you'd have to enable me
Sure,
to
sure,
screen.
sure, Oga. Yes, you can
All right.
share your.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very excited to be able to share my experience with you all. I am a partner with Dr. Cynthia, a very wonderful leader and big business enthusiast. He's been pushing business with us for a couple of weeks, let me put it that way. And his strides are really, really wonderful. So I'll share with you all my experience. All right, my camera. So let me do this. I'll share with you all my experience. I've been doing network marketing for the past 5 years and 8 months now. And one thing I'll tell you all is that network marketing has a very, very huge potential. Like literally, the money you will make in for 5 years, the money you'll make in network marketing for 5 years, someone working a 9 to 5 job, earning even 500,000 CFA every month would not achieve one quarter of what you can get working for 40 years. All right. So you have the opportunity of actually earning ×4 of what the normal 9 to 5 person doing for 40 years would get. So I'll share with you all my experience. So let me share my screen right away. Now, I happen to have ventured into network marketing in 2010. I think everybody can see my screen now. Judy Marco. I have quite a very long profile if we're going to have to talk about me being founder and co-founders of so many other companies and startups in the country. But then I want to move down straight to this presentation. So I happen to have ventured into network marketing in 2016 when I came to the university here in Boya. On normal terms, I was supposed to go to Catholic University and study engineering. But after asking myself long rhetorical questions, the idea of me wanting to go to school is because I want to get a degree and get a good job. So why not just focus on network marketing that I'd read about in so many books of Robert Kiyosaki, from the Rich Dad Poor Dad to the Business of the 21st Century. The last book I read was Why We Want You to Be Rich, a book by Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki. Now, all of these books model success stories of persons who have been in the industry for 3 to 5 years. And the kind of monies that these persons made, even persons working for 40 years don't get one quarter of it. So I told myself, let me take the risks. Let me focus on business. Let me do network marketing for 3 years first. If after 3 years, I don't see any difference between me and my friends who will finish university, then I'll go back to school. So I took up my university school fees, 680,000 I was supposed to pay at the Catholic University. I took up my rent, 310,000, and I invested all into a network marketing business. Now I was joining network marketing in 2016. This is me. I had completely no idea where I was going to go to or go from after joining. One thing I was very confident was the fact that I'd seen so many success stories. I'd done my research about the company, and one thing I was sure was that the company was legit. It was a genuine network marketing company and not a Ponzi scheme. Not companies where they tell you invest your money without any work, you're going to make money. Such companies are always going to close. So many persons have been a victim to Ponzi schemes. All right. A genuine network marketing companies always have some things you could always check so that you know exactly if you're on track or not. So this is me in 2016. This is me 2016. I literally had lots of challenges my first year because there was no office in Cameroon. When we ordered for products, it take 3 weeks to 1 month before the products would get to me. Sometimes the products got seized by customs. It was extremely challenging my first year. Now I had to stay with this friend of mine because my family found out that I'd used my school fees and my rent. I was asked to choose. They called me back home for a disciplinary meeting. I was asked to choose between family, go back to school, business, or forget about family. So I left home in 2016 and only went back a year after. I only went home in 2017. So I had to stay with this friend of mine. You know what? Actually, how they call it? I was patching. That's how they call it. So I had to squat with this guy. And this room you see was our room. It was our parlor. It was our kitchen. It meant everything to us. This guy practically sold his dress stand, his reading table, and his reading chair, and some of his dresses and shoes, just so that he could put up some money and invest as well into this business. To cut the long story short, in my first year, 2016, I made around 2.7 million. Now that was very, very good income for me in my first year. Earning 2.7 million in an industry that I was so new about. I was definitely still naive about a lot of things. It was extremely challenging. Now, if you feel that, or if you think that 2.7 million as income in your first year in a business is good income, please drop a message in the chat box. I want to know if you think 2.7 million is good income in your first year. All right, please drop a message in the chat box. If you think 2.7 million is good income in your first year in network marketing, drop a message in the chat box, please.
Boss, Boss Dima, please excuse me. Please, all of us that still have our cameras on should kindly switch them off so that we give enough bandwidth for others. Please, thank you.
Okay. I can see so many responses in the chat box. All right, so that was me in my first year. Now, when the company came to Cameroon in 2017, things really changed for me. Within the first 3 months of the company in Cameroon, I made 7 million plus. That's times 3 of what I made my first year is what I made within the first 3 months of this company in Cameroon. By June of 2017, I was already one of the official speakers of the company and an official Millionaire Cycle member. Now, for you to get awarded in this company as a millionaire, you need to earn 1 million pesos. It's a Philippine-based company, so they did their ratings and award in their currency. So 1 million pesos to CFA at that time was times 14. So you needed to have accumulated 14 million CFA. By June 2017, I had already accumulated more than 14 million CFA. By end of that year, 2017, my leased account had paid me 1.7 million CFA. I had another account that had paid 11.2. Another had paid 4.8, another had paid 5.3. By end of 2017, I had really totaled more than 23 million from the system. I went on to organizing bigger events. I went back to Kumba. This is when I actually went back home because I had made money at that time. So I went back home to give my grandma a birthday gift. This is one of the seminars I did in Kumba. I went up to Bamenda where I built a team of over 3,000 plus persons, 2018. And that's how I became the top one earner of this company in Cameroon and Central Africa. Now I went on my first trip 2017. The bulk of the monies I made in my first years, I reinvested back into learning. Because in Africa, we really don't respect the fact that the MLM industry is another industry where if you are going to succeed, you have to study. In Asia, in Europe, and in America, MLM, multi-level marketing, people actually finish the advanced level and go to study MLM. They study this for 3 to 4 years. Learning how to be professional network marketers. You may never have known, but there are persons in the world who earn as much as $1 million every month from network marketing. That's 600 million CFA as monthly income. It's a very, very huge industry that has huge potentials for everybody who is willing to venture into it and actually do the work. All right. So the bulk of the monies I made in my first years, I reinvested to traveling to Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa to learn how to build network marketing businesses. Now, I created numerous success stories. Look at me and my partners, 2016 versus 2018. Now, look at this picture on the left. This is me and Mr. Buji. And look at me. How many of you see any clear difference? If you see any difference, I'd like you to tell me the difference you see in these pictures. Please send a message in the chat box. Tell me what difference you see in these pictures. 2016 versus 2018. Now, don't comment about the shoes. I know our shoes this year in 2016 really work. We already know about the shoes. Just tell us the difference you see in the pictures. You realize that the shapes of our heads also changed. All right, the shapes of, because Mr. Buji's, the shape of his head has also changed. It changed a lot, even the shape of my head. I think my head was round at that time. And then now it seems like my head now had some reasonable shape at this time. The comments in the chat box are just hilarious. All right. So over the past 5 years and 8 months doing network marketing, I've been on 23 different trips to like 14 different countries. I've been to Dubai like 5 times, but my most exciting trip to Dubai was when I took my grandmom to Dubai to celebrate her birthday. We were in Dubai for 2 weeks, went down to Oman. This is the Masandam beach, one of the most exotic beaches in the world. went down to Abu Dhabi, had a Ferrari ride, had dinner on the sea cruise. All this because I'll not be doing network marketing, not for my grandmom. I was literally forced to read all of those books about Robert Kiyosaki that I told you. The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Business of the 21st Century. My grandmom actually forced me to read those books. Before I thought there was just punishment and probably she was just bugging my life. But I turned to realize that I learned a great deal from reading those books. That is the importance of building yourself when it comes to personally, like mindset. Mindsetting is very important. Personal development programs are very, very important in not just our daily lives, but how we're going to reason and how we treat and handle businesses we get involved with. To my left is a picture I took in Accra, Ghana. How many of you recognize this face? Where my mouse is actually going around. This face, this guy with the white t-shirt and the orange writing on it. How many of you make out this face? If you recognize this face, please send a message in the chat box. We took this picture in Accra, Ghana, and this is a picture we took in Lekki Island. If you make out that face, please send a message in the chat box. I want to see something. If you've been following, you'll be able to make out that face. Yep. That was my roommate, the guy I was staying with at Dirty South in 2016. In 2018, when we left Cameroon to Rwanda, left Rwanda, went to Nigeria, left Nigeria, went to Ghana. This guy paid his flight ticket, his hotel accommodation throughout. Imagine leaving from barely having money to start up in a network marketing business to be able to afford flights and staying in hotels for 3 different months. So imagine, to my right is a picture I took in Lekki Island. This. All right. So these are my first 2 cars. I got a compressor December 2017. It was a birthday gift to my grandma, and then I got a Camry for myself. This is when I gave my grandma the car. So this is me going back home after 1 year and some months. I went home with a birthday gift for my grandma. This was my 3rd car, a Cadmatic. I got this in 2019. This year, I decided to get my grandma a new car for her birthday. All right, so this was a birthday gift to my grandma this year. Like I said, I've been to Dubai. Now, here's what I want to do. Network marketing will give you the opportunity to dream, like that kind of lifestyle that you want, traveling, going around on different trips, doing all visiting exotic areas and doing crazy things that you always wanted to do that makes you feel alive. Network marketing will give you the opportunity. I've always wanted to do a skydive, but before I used to think that spending like almost 2 million CFA on risking your own life, I used to think it was just too much. Entering a plane and jumping out of 30,000 feet. So this year I was able to realize that when I got to Dubai. I'll show you guys.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
You're gonna love it, bro. So did you understand all the instructions you know if you have to do?
Perfect.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Try to describe the feeling.
That is awesome. Like, I'm literally flying.
All right, so this is events from Bamenda, the up campaign. Oh, look at me and this lady I met here on Facebook 2017. 1 year working with 15. Now I just want to show us this is the launch of the
All
campaign.
right, this is a young campaign for you. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million.
But look at me in 2016, guys. Look at me and Jires. Look at me and Jires. Look at me and Jires in this room. Look at me and Jires today. Trust me, guys, there's light at the end of the tunnel. If you keep pushing and if you dare to dream and you join us, success is inevitable. All right? Have in mind that success is never about the destination, but the journey. We always have to trust and enjoy the process. Life is going to push tons and tons on your path. But it's when you cross these tons, despite the pain, at the end of the day, you're going to be proud. And you tell yourself it was worth all the stress. Network marketing is not, or we're not doing this presentation today because we want you to come and be network marketers all your life. The idea is for you to raise capital and fund your business dream, whatever you want to do. All right. Over the past 5 years, I've accumulated more than 300 million CFA from network marketing. And not just for the money I've made, I've modeled and created so many success stories in and around Africa. One thing I can assure you all, we are on a mission to create more millionaires this time around. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity because this is very, very new to Cameroon. Secure a spot today, wherever you are, Yaoundé, Bamenda, Chang, Gaoundere. We're going to start building. Imagine that the network is building in your town because of you, like everybody in your town is below you. That's going to be a lot of money for you. You don't want to miss out on this, guys. I'm very happy to share with you guys. I'll have to move on now to the next Zoom presentation because I have another presentation. We're still at the office, but I look forward to having you all join our business. All right. So if you have any comments, you could drop them in the chat box. Dr. Sintiek, I'll have to pass back over to you. All right.
All right. Thank you very much, boss. Thank you for that inspiring presentation. All right. Who doesn't want to earn 300 million francs in 5 years? So most of us are working the rat race. We are here serving other persons, but it's going to make more sense if you're serving yourself, your own boss. And it's based on this that we came up with the 45-day game plan, which is what is going to wrap up this presentation. Now, 45-day game plan is aimed at creating millionaires in just 45 days. Now, some persons will leave this campaign earning way more than just 1 million francs. It depends on you, you set your target. But what is the 45-day game plan, ladies and gentlemen? So we are going to look at why 45 days, its logical basis, the needs and the plan of action for all of you that are listening today. Now, the 45-day plan is an effective cycle of days, right? That is based, it's a breakdown of Norland's 90-day game plan. It's a beautiful company which gives you an objective after 90 days. And it is a well-calculated plan, all right? We have actually done the maths before presenting to you. So what are the logical bases of this? It is based on the principles of 6, all right? We'll be multiplying 6 throughout, and we are going to base every achievement to earn 1 million just on one of the income ways, good performance bonus that you've seen earlier. All right, and we are empowering people to use what we call the invitation, presentation, and follow-up method, which is what we're going to be using. And this circle is going to be reproducible every after 2 weeks. The circle of 6 is going to be there, and we're going to be looking at weekly earnings, and then it's going to be reproducible in 2 weeks. Your tool as an individual, it's this IPF method. So, like I said, it's a very calculated plan developed by the best. Definitely, it's Mr. Dima. So, let's go on. Now, what have we put in place for you? What are the needs for this? We have presentations online, like what we're doing now, offline, one-on-one presentations. You have presentations with you. We'll have presentation with you on WhatsApp personally. Most of you, some people here have had WhatsApp presentations with them. You also have presentations like this. All right. The Yup organization has presentations that are based in the office on a daily basis. You're going to see the schedule. All right, we have mega events, which are seminars, which we keep organizing. And we also have what we call product-based recommendation. Basically, it's just a trick for you to be able to use the products and their benefits to encourage other persons needing the product to not just stay healthy, but also stay wealthy. For instance, if you have someone who has gastritis, it's okay to recommend the person your GI Vital. Once the person uses it and the person loves it and it helps the person can come and sign up and get an account and get that discounted rate and also get paid. So basically, that's what we mean by product-based presentations. Now, this is a plan of action. We have 3 major blocks. The first 2 weeks, all right? The first 2 weeks, and then we have the next 2 weeks and also another set of 2 weeks. So these are the 3 blocks. And within each week, within the first week, we are going to work with you in your network to get you 6 persons in your network. Once we get those 6 people, we'll forget about you. We'll work in the next block with another group of with the 6 persons to get their own block of 6, which is going to leave us at a network of 36 people for you. And then we'll forget about the 36 and work with the 6 and work with the new 36 to get their own block of 6. And then we're going to be at 216 persons. Because we want to hit the car award in 2 months, we are going to extend to another extra 2 weeks where we'll work with these 216 persons to get their own 6, right? And when you hit this threshold of 181,000 PVs and 90,000 PVs on one of the legs, the company will give you a car worth $12,000. So that is the target. Let's ride on and see how this is clearly elaborated in the plan. Good. So assuming that you entered with the least entry level senior member, okay, and then you're paid only on group performance bonus, what is your earning in 42 days going to be? All right, that is what we're saying. So let's write on. So you have this person, you here who joins the business today after this presentation. And we as a team we are going to work with you within your first 2 weeks in the company to get 6 persons in your network. Now, this is going to generate you 420 points on each leg. That is 840 points. And the company is paying you 10% of 420, which is $42. Now, this is small money for a start, but it's not bad. Beyond this, after this first block, we are done training you. Now we focus on your new generation of people, 36 people. So we've forgotten about you. Now we move into the next set of 2 weeks, and we are going to empower these people that are under you to get their own 6 persons each. When they do that, the company is going to pay you $252. Now, how is that possible? So this is it. 6 persons will bring in 6 persons each. It's going to leave us at 36 people. Now, 36 people will generate 5,000 points. The company pays on one leg, so it's going to give us 2,520 points. 10% of that is $252. Now, you've made a month in our team, you would have been earning $294, which is still small money. Now, the magic happens beyond this. We are going to work with the next 36 persons, and in the next set of 2 weeks, the third block of 2 weeks, we are going to get 216 people. This is going to generate you 30,000 points. And the company paying on one leg, you're going to earn $1,512, right? Now, summing it up, this is an amazing sum, $1,806, which is approximately, or you can do the math, multiply by 600, it will give you 1,080,000 francs CFA. Now, this is 1 million in just 42 days, brothers and sisters. It's not magic, it's just work. And we're going to show you what we have shown you what we are going to be doing for the next couple of days. All right. So basically, that's it. Because we want to earn the car award, okay? Because we want to earn the car award for everybody that joins the team during this 45-day campaign, we're going to extend for another 2 weeks. And you're going to have 216 persons working to get 6 people. This is going to leave us at $9,000 that you'll be paid. All right. Summing this up, friends, you're going to be earning 6 million in 2 months from just good performance bonus. And then you'll be awarded a car. So this is for people that will take the business serious, who will follow what we show them. We know that some of us are going to earn with way above this amount of money in 2 months, because we have already multiple people building their own millions, right? So this is the opportunity for you to take that advantage, okay? Now, assuming that these 216 people are not as effective as we want them to be, and they get just 2 people in the last 2 weeks, you would earn $3,000 in 1 month and still earn the small car. This is still a lot of money in just 2 months. So ladies and gentlemen, what is needed for you to do at the end of this presentation with us. We just want you to be able to be available for our presentations. Invite other persons to our presentations. Those who are in Boya and around the Southwest, leave Douala and come to Boya and attend the presentation and you will not regret it. Leave Lima and come to Boya and attend the presentation in our 5-star office. All right. Now we'll have WhatsApp presentations for those who are virtually located. We'll have online presentations. This campaign is already ongoing. We did the orientation on the 10th, and we are already making massive results. So you want to be part of it before it closes. Now, what do you need to do? What are we doing as a team? Daily, we have meetings. I don't need to elaborate on everything, but this is the daily schedule. And what we'll do is that in the morning, we have a presentation at 11 a.m. between 10:30 and midday for those who come to the office. And then later in the afternoon, we still have another set of presentation between 3 and 5 p.m. for those who are in the office. And then we have a WhatsApp presentation between 1 and 2 p.m. All right. And then we start preparing people for our Zoom meetings, which is daily at 7 p.m. for all those who joined the call today. So these Zoom presentations that you're attending will be repeated continuously over the next 45 days. All right. On Sundays, we'll have one presentation at 2 p.m. So this is the plan. What is the need for you to do to earn this 1 million in our team? You just need to make a list of people that you want us to present this business opportunity to them, invite them daily, and be there and be sure that they attend. Follow them up and sign them up. And ladies and gentlemen, believe you me, dollars will ring. So that is the end of this presentation. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to call an amazing leader, who is Mr. Chefo Fabrice. I think he's on the call. Hello, Fabrice. If you're there, I want you to tell our leaders who are on this call who are not in Boya, or who are in Boya and who've never been to the office, what happens in the office every...
I'm here, Dr. Cynthia.
Yes. So I'm sure you're in the office, right? So tell our leaders where the office is, how they can locate the office, and what happens daily, and why they should not miss this 45 days.
All right. Good evening, everyone. If you can see me, you can just send a message to the chat box. You can see me. And if you're excited about the YOP campaign and how you can make your 1 million in 45 days, let me see those messages drop. Let me see those messages drop. If you're excited, you're excited. All right. Good evening, Mr. Eric. I can see all the comments. So the YOP campaign is here to help everyone. Really, you will not want to miss out on this. You will not want to sit one day and maybe your child tells you, hey, Daddy, what happened when Dr. Cynthia was joining Norland? What happened when Dr. Cynthia was being part of the YOP organization? Now he has a very big mansion. What's happening to you? All right. You do not want that kind of situation. It's very embarrassing. The YOP campaign is here to help you. The YOP campaign is here to train you. We know, because everyone comes into network marketing blank. When I started network marketing, I was very blank about the business, but I devoted time to learn. And if the YOP campaign is actually going to make out time to teach you on all of the things, all of the techniques you need to earn this money, it's an advantage. It's an advantage. All we are requesting from you is to unlearn the mindset, unlearn that mentality you have of network marketing, and have a fresh mind. Just know maybe you're coming into this world, into job as a newborn baby who is ready to start afresh, who's ready to start a new beginning, and let us help you. The 45 days game plan is on, guys. So many of us, I myself, I'm almost hitting 200,000 fans in 5 days. I gave myself the challenge of making 1 million in 10 days because of the effort I'm putting in. And you can make more than 1 million. The game plan Dr. Cynthia shared with you is just a 45 days game plan. But I bet with you, so many of us are going to go back with at least 5 million, 4 million, 3 million from this business. So you will not want to miss out on this. And it's a continuous process. After this first 45 days, we're going to launch other game plans. It could be 30 days or more. All right. So many of us, we have so many leaders here who already made their first 50,000 fans in 2 days. So many have already made their first 100,000 fans in 3 days. So get on board, guys. You don't want to miss out on this. And Norland is still new. Trust me, when a company starts in any country, before they even start their marketing plan and everything, those who get on board, the pioneers, make the most out of it. You want to be amongst the first leaders in Norland, in Cameroon. When it starts, whether it's good or bad, Those who get on board early make the most out of it. All right. I'm very excited, and I'll be happy to coach each and every one of you who will take this journey with us to make these millions. So if you're excited, if you know you put in the effort, remember, network marketing is not like the Ponzi schemes and everything. You're required to put in effort. You're required to keep on making recommendations. You're required to keep on sharing the opportunity. I always tell everybody the average person knows at least 200 persons. So you don't have an excuse to give. All right. The most introversial person can influence at least 1,000 persons on earth. I mean, the most introversial person. That's someone who maybe cannot express himself to a public, or maybe express himself when he's with people, but he can influence at least 1,000 persons as per statistics. So it is not a matter of I know persons to join or not. It's a matter of, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to accept that you're blank in this and let us train you? Are you willing to follow the mentorships we are giving you? Are you willing to belong to a team? Now remember, if you're doing business alone and I'm doing business with 10 other persons supporting me, I'll go far than you who is doing it alone. So another thing again, when you join this business, don't isolate yourself and don't do it alone. Allow the leaders to train you. Those who have already had the experience, Dima, Dr. Cynthia, so many other persons. Allow us to train you on how to do this professionally and how to build yourself and how to grow financially and all these things. We are excited at the Yup campaign. This is a new journey for us. Let's us all take this journey. Norland has a place for you in that driver's seat. Norland has a place for you in that dream house. I want to celebrate 100 house qualifiers by next year in Norland, Cameroon. We want to celebrate maybe 1,000 car qualifiers, and I would like for everyone on this call to be among those car qualifiers. Honestly, it would be a great joy if all of us right here, I'm seeing 26 participants. Imagine 26 of us working for a common goal, working towards achieving our 1 million each. We would have created 26 new millionaires in Cameroon. That would do a great impact. It's not only for us, all right? You making this money is not only for yourself, because for sure, if I have to make money, I have to help other persons make money, okay? It's a family business. Everybody has to contribute to the success of one another. My success does not depend only on me. My success depends on the success of other persons. All right. So guys, get on board. When you get on board, get a quick training. Don't focus on the money first. It's a learning process. You have to learn, then take off the L to earn. Learn before earning. So we are excited. Let's get on board. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Can I see virtual claps? If you're on with me, can I see virtual claps? Virtual claps. All right. I'm not seeing so many persons. I'm seeing so many persons camera off. Please, can you on your cameras? Let me get everybody's face. Can you on your cameras? Can you on your cameras, please? All right. I'm seeing Mr. Emron, Enrimon, Munjo Mark, John Kimbi, Yunu NS, so many of you. I'm very excited to see your faces, and I hope I would see these faces when we are counting the next millionaires in Norland. Just on your cameras, everybody, so that I will know that, okay, this person was on this Zoom this day, and this person has made it. All right. And Mr. Eric, I'm excited to see you. Mr. Adamu, Povera, we are excited. If you are going to be the next millionaire, comment, I'll be the next millionaire. Comment, I'll be the next millionaire. If you want to make $1 million within 2 years, Norland can give you. It's only in this industry that you could get that. Network marketing is the only industry that has created over 50,000 self-made millionaires in the world. No other industry, even the football industry, has not created as many millionaires as network marketing industry. So I'm very excited, and I would love that tomorrow you'll be the one to share your success story, how you came across this business on Zoom, on the Zoom call, and you probably partnered with us and you made so much out of life. If you make these millions, it's not only for us, it's to help your community and you help the government at large. Imagine 100 multi through Norland in Cameroon. That would go a very long way to create an impact on the gross national profit. All right. And you'll not only be helping yourself, you'll be helping so many other persons. Okay. So guys, let's get on board. Let's get on board. Don't do it only for yourself. Think about maybe your future generation, what they start to benefit from it. I'm excited to work with you all, and I will be ready to give anybody personal coachings on how to do this business. Let's get started, guys. Let's get started. Can I see the comments of those who want to get started this week? If you're going to get started this week, just comment. I will get it started this week. If you're going to make your first million in your first even 30 days, comment. Send in the chat section. Send in the chat section. Those who are going to start this week, I'll get in this week. Yeah, Mr. Eli. Those who are going to get on board this week, comment. Let's, in 30 days, so many of you are going to come here and share your success stories. All right, and you will remember this day. You remember a day when Chief of Fabrice and Mr. Jima and Dr. Cynthia shared with you an amazing opportunity. Okay, and it will be for the benefit of everyone. Comment. We all need to make this money. We need to make these millions, guys. We need to drive those SUVs. Norland has a lot of money. Even if you have to be earning $1 billion a day from Norland, you put in the work, you're going to earn it. Trust me, you put in the work, you're going to earn it. And we're here to hold hands together. We're passionate about helping everybody achieve these dreams. All right, so let me see the virtual claps. Let me see the virtual claps from Norland. I'm going to take a very quick snap peek so that we remember this day, and I'll send it to your different forums, the different groups you're in, so that we remember this day when Norland was being presented to so many of us. Okay, can I see the virtual claps? Dr. Cynthia, thank you very much for having this Zoom call. You're an amazing leader. And guys, if you're in Yaoundé, get connected to this great leader. This is a great man. I've met him in person. For just a few weeks I've met this man, really, I can tell you, he's one of the best leaders in our team. He's one of the best leaders. And you can imagine being in a town where there's not even an office, still push business. Okay, so you would want to actually belong with him. If you were invited by Dr. Cynthia, trust me, guys, join this people today. In 5 years, he may not even have time to share with you an opportunity like this, because he would have already been driving his cars and probably have a jet. Isn't that it, Mr. Cynthia? Dr. Cynthia?
It is.
The plan, we always say at the office, the plan is to become a ritualist. To have money in such a way that people look at us like ritualists. All right? Yeah. We are all going to make it. Thank you very much, Dr. Cynthia. And thanks everyone who joined this Zoom call. Make sure you go back and you think about this, and partner with us as early as possible.
All right. Thank you very much, Fabrice, for that enlightenment. Ladies and gentlemen, unless we have any other questions, bye for now, and let's talk business after this. If there are no questions, it's a good night to everyone. Right.
Hello. Where are all those my prospects that usually ask those questions? These are the experts here. Please ask your questions. Let them help you. I can see some of them in the call. Please don't stay quiet and then go back and start bothering the person that brought you here with questions. Although the questions are welcome, but ask the leaders themselves. Thank you.
All right. So if there are no questions, it's okay for us to exit the hall while some of us do the dusting and arranging the chairs. All right, leaders, we keep doing work, and tomorrow there's another Zoom presentation at 7 p.m. Invite, and let's make it rain dollars in common. God bless you all for this presentation, Dr. Cynthia, a whole many other persons. I see you, Mr. Kimbi. I see you, Madame Angu Delphine and family. I see you, Mr. Kumak and team. I see you, Mr. Yumbi NS. I see all of you. Let's do this and let's make it rain dollars.
Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you too.
Amazing. Okay, tomorrow invite your contacts, please.
Can I ask a question?